Okay, we have a P0301 error on our car, 2002 Ford Taurus SES. We checked the ignition coil. Ignition coil runs fine. It's okay. We changed out the spark plug wires, and now what we did is we pulled out the injector, because P0301 means in number one cylinder is hesitating, so that's an error on cylinder 1. So we pulled out the injector, and there's what we found. The injector is bad, so we're gonna replace the injector, and we'll be back. Culprit.
It's recording now.
Okay. If you have a good injector and you put a 5-volt current in it, you will hear a click. That is a working injector. The bad injector that we have, nothing, no clicks, nothing. So P0301, number one cylinder, Misfire, and this is broke, so this is the problem. So we're gonna replace this. So the first thing we're gonna do to put the engine back together is replace the gaskets for the plenum intake. So we bought a new intake gasket. We're gonna stick it in there, and we'll be back. Okay, so we're gonna clean this area. Remove the old gasket material, and when we're done, we'll come back.
Recording.
So now we've removed as much as we can of the old gasket material. So what we're gonna do next is pull out the old O-rings from the fuel rail, and we'll be back.
Give it a second. Recording.
Okay, so we've removed the O-rings from the fuel rail. Next thing we're gonna do is insert the new injector to its position, like so. And connect the connectors. Did it click? Yep. There you go. That's one. This is the second one. We're replacing all 3 injectors on this side, so that in case one of them goes bad, we don't have to go back and open it back up. Not all of them are bad, although one of them has a crack. And here's the third injector. Put the connectors in, connect the connectors in there, let it click, wait for that click. It's not in there. There you go. So next thing to do is we're gonna insert the fuel rail in, and there are 2 bolts here that we're gonna connect to hold the rails down. Okay, so we'll be right back. Okay, so what he's doing now is putting the bolt on the rail we're gonna bolt that in. That's a number 8. We're gonna use a number 8 socket wrench. So share it again. Oh, it's good. It's good. So okay, we placed the injectors in. We tightened the 2 bolts right here. There are 2 bolts here. I don't know if you can see it with the camera, and right here. Now next thing we're gonna do is put the intake plenum back. Now be careful when you put the plenum back, because when we were pulling it out, we broke the EGR sensor. The hose was stuck too long and we had a hard time pulling it out, so I broke it. Anyways, in this case, I'm gonna double check, lift this guy up. Make sure we have all our gaskets, the blue gaskets, the brand new gaskets right there, and we're gonna put it back together. Now this bolt goes here. Let's move it, wiggle it a little bit. Align the hose. Okay, for some reason it's not aligning. There it is. Now we're gonna put, so there's gonna be 1, 2, and 3 other bolts aside from this guy. Okay, so we're gonna put them back together, and we'll be back. We're tightening up the bolts for the intake, or the plenum chamber, whatever it's called. As you can see, when we disassembled this, we did not pull out, we only pulled out the throttle body, including with the cables in it. So we just moved it aside. Oops, almost, that's up close. So as you can see, we're tightening it up, and then the next step we're gonna do is connect all the connectors that we have at the back. The vacuum hoses, which is this guy, goes here and here to the EGR sensor or regulator or whatever that is. There are 2 hoses, this guy here and this guy here. I don't know if you can see that. That goes to the DFPE, or the pressure sensor, differential pressure feedback. And we have the connector for this guy somewhere here, which is right here. Okay, so we're gonna put everything back together, and then we'll be back. The connectors, want to make sure we don't forget anything. This group of wire here has this little attached plastic that holds it, which attaches to the back of the intake chamber, which is around this area. I don't know if you can see that, but that's where it goes. Okay, there's a hose that goes here, which is this guy right here, and a hose, green and red, comes out of it and goes to this connector. These 2 hoses again, this one and this one, goes to the FPE sensor. There's a vacuum line. This vacuum line here, the green one that comes off of here, goes here to the EGR valve. Okay, so we'll be back.
Give it a second. Recording.
Okay, while I'm waiting, I'm just cleaning the throttle body from this side here. It's pretty dirty right here.
So just I drop it. So I'm gonna clean it up. The next thing we're gonna do is reconnect. We're gonna reconnect.
Tubig.
Yeah. This guy.
The gloves.
Alright. Exhaust valve recirculation, or whatever the heck you call this. Put it back in. Now while we have room, we're gonna move the light over here, and we're gonna look for the EGR valve pipe, return pipe, which is this one right here. Right there. This is the pipe. We're gonna go ahead and reconnect it, and then reconnect this hose, and then put the throttle body back, connect this guy, and we're pretty much done. Start putting it. Okay, as you can see, we've connected the I don't know if you can see that, the EGR valve, the EGR vacuum line, this hose here. We're gonna reconnect it. Reconnect that guy. There you go. Hose is connected back in. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull these guys out. I'm gonna reconnect the throttle body. And the throttle body, do not forget this. This is a bracket that goes from the throttle body down here, right there. So what we're gonna do is position the throttle body right now. One thing I forgot before you remind me is that I forgot to buy a gasket for the throttle body, which is that guy right there. It doesn't take much to replace it, so that'll be for the next day. Just got back from a long trip, so fixing this guy up real quick. And I'm gonna grab a rag, clean this guy up a little bit. Now the long one, the bolt that has a stem goes underneath right here, and that is where the bracket that I showed you earlier will connect. So I'm trying to wiggle it and work it in. Okay, as soon as I got that, we'll come back. Okay? Okay, we're putting the bracket back in. Right there. And then here's the bolt that goes with it. It goes underneath. Well, you know what? When you're doing this yourself, you can just follow the bolt because it's kind of hard to put the camera down there. Wait a minute, which bolt is this? I'll do it.
Are you sure it's the one with the washer? It feels like it.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. Let's see. Just need to reconnect this guy. Oh yeah, that's not the right bolt. Okay, we'll be right back.
We're gonna cut that out.
Where did we get this from? Okay, we're putting the bracket back in. What happened earlier was that we flipped it upside down. Now all the bolts are matching and the holes.
Alright, when I'm gonna need the
You need the
yeah, I'm gonna need the other one.
what size was that?
I don't know. I think it was
Oh, right here. I found it.
oh
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it's the same one.
That should be good for now.
Okay, what he's doing, he's tightening the lower bolt, which is this one right here, the lower bolt, and it connects here at the bottom of the from the bottom of the throttle body. Okay.
Actually, I can do this without the bar.
You have the number 8 socket, right?
It's over there. Oh wait, actually it's over here. Never mind.
Okay. So if you don't want to watch him turning the bolt, just go ahead and fast forward the video, which is what we're gonna do. Okay, we're done with the intake chamber, with the throttle. So we're gonna put the hose back in, and then this, and then reconnect the wires, and then we're gonna fire them up.
Came off a bit, so let me just put it back on. There, it's better.
I'll put this in first. There you go. Okay, this one we're gonna put in last. Just gonna go and tighten this guy, the hose clamps,
Alright.
2 hose clamps, throttle body, and then the housing for the map sensor. Again, fast forward it if you guys don't want to watch him turning the wrench. That's good. This is not.
That's good enough.
That's good. So, oh no,
Oh, it's all.
it's not. Okay.
It's still really loose.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and. I didn't realize you loosened it up really wide.
Actually, that was you.
Oh, that was me. Okay, my fault. All right. Now the connectors are back in. Oh wait, not the connector, but we have one hose going here. We have an electrical connector that I can't find right now. That goes here. Oh, it's right there. I dropped it. This connector here, one goes to the throttle position sensor, the bigger one, which is obvious, you can see that. Smaller one goes to the idle air control valve. Okay, we're gonna tighten this hose, put the air filter cover back in, fire up the car, and see if we still get the hesitation, the rough idle.
Go a little farther, yeah.
So
reassembly was probably gonna take less than 45 minutes without the video. Okay, final check. Tightening. We're done. Almost. And we'll be back. Okay, we made a minor boo-boo when we started the vehicle. It would not start, would not maintain throttle. That is why it's important to find every hose and reconnect. The culprit in this case is this hose right here. It was dangling down, and when I first started the vehicle, it wouldn't start properly. It's idling, but now it's reconnected. So again, we're gonna test the vehicle, and we're gonna restart it right now.
Recording.
Okay, here you go. I got it. And one last thing is putting the cover back in. I dropped it, and there you go, YouTube. It's fixed.
Alright guys, so like if you guys want it to sound like a 70s muscle car, leave that hose just dangling, so.
Okay, so this video was not started when we didn't start the video when we started disassembling the vehicle, so I just figured, you know, when we put it back, we're gonna do a step-by-step video to reassemble it, and that should be the opposite of disassembling it. Okay, so I hope this helps somebody. So if you have a P0301 error code, you check your ignition coil, check the resistance, on the primary coil, secondary coil, check the spark plug wires. I changed out the spark plug wires. I thought that was the problem. That wasn't the case, but anyways, new spark plug wire. I changed out the 3 of the fuel injectors. Cost me about $60 at AutoZone. And when I was pulling the hose here, be careful. This is a warning. This is a $50 mistake right here. When I pulled the hose on the DFPE, the differential pressure, the hose was stuck, so it broke. That's a $50 mistake. So if I were you, if I were gonna do this, if I will redo this again, I'm gonna start pulling from the metal pipe side, not from the DPFE. Okay, this concludes the video. I hope it helps, and if you guys have any problem, let me know. By the way, I'm not a mechanic. Okay, whatever I did here, if I did anything wrong, it's because I'm not a mechanic. Thank you very much.